Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Uganda. Right now, it's TV Africa, the Right to Know and Breakfast in Africa is the program that everyone is watching today. Hope you fantastic and very wonderful this morning. Hope you've taken a very wonderful breakfast. What I mean is the breakfast that is made in African herbs. Yes, you can take different leaves, different herbs that can make your breakfast. You can get the mango leaves, mango plant leaves, those small leaves that are on the top. You can take the guava leaves. You just put them in that hot water. Then you can take that spiced African tea, that the what they call the herbal tea. Yes, that can make your body fantastic and wonderful. It cleanses your body. You know, we have it all as Africans, just because we have that inferiority complex that eats us up and we don't believe in what we have. But the best thing that people have to take, that a human being has to take, it's here in Africa. It's here in Uganda. Yes, the meals, the breakfast, anything that you can take is in Uganda and Africa at large. Yes, today we are going to talk about how we got the genesis of inferiority complex, the genesis of inferiority complex in Africans, why we feel we are inferior. You know, that people came, the white man came labeling different things and labeling them as in they belong to them. For example, you look at the source of the Nile in Uganda. How they came up and said, you know, John Speak came up and said and found. Even we go to, you know, education has really made a tremendous role in really making us feel inferior. Because if you say that John Speak is the first man to find the source of the Nile, really? Around the source of the Nile, I mean, people weren't there? People didn't see the source of the Nile. He came from that side and came and realized the source of the Nile was in Uganda. No. So all these things came up to make us feel inferior, to make us surrender. This came way back. You look at the slave trade. Only slave trade. Slave trade. These whites came in Africa to take us to their lands, to their farms, to dig. You remember the sugarcane farms, because we were energetic. We were energetic. We were people who would makes different inventions. The IQ was high. The black man was real. The black man was very, you know, you had the potential of doing different things. So they got us and took us in their farms. And they felt we were worthy to make them, you know, to make their things work out, because they couldn't do anything. Yeah. So when we had to work in their farms, they realized that we had a lot of potential, and their wives used to come to us. The intermarriages were coming up because their wives felt we had the potential. We were hardworking. We were strong as men. The men who were working in their farms were very strong, like Jingo Karule, you know. Were very strong, that these women started, you know, getting into those workers in the farms. So, in that case, they felt things were going to go berserk. Tried to jabazala. Those were black Americans and all that, and things, we were getting out of slavery. By, you know, of no muzungu muzalimu, ate, you know, ate mukozi, ate, you know, let's take these people back to their countries and we colonize them from their countries, because we feel they may occupy us, they may take us up. So they had to bring us back to our countries, to our African countries. But bringing us back, because they knew we had the raw materials, our land was fertile and all that. So they had to colonize us in our own countries. That's when we had the chiefs who were you know, nga bebakulembera abo bonna abakola mu masamba. You dig, you do what? Then they take the raw materials. And that is why they formed those railways that were taking raw materials in their countries, from Africa to their countries. They had to look at transport, how we could take those materials. How we would take those materials to their countries and then process some to their factories and all that. Nenga ekiriwo nga batujjako ekyaffe nga batufuula nti tetusobola ate nga batukiriza tiffe tulina ebirungi ng'abaana b'abaddugavu. So ba colonizing bwe baleeta education ne baleeta biki batubeezaawo bwe tutyo batoka basindika ne ba missionaries with their missions. They had their strategy, they had their mission of making us, Lord, get down, of making us forgive them, of telling us that, you know, when they slap this side, let the other side cheek be slapped, of creating the brotherhood between us and them, of forgiving what they had done to us from their farms, from the slave trade. So, nibakola mission yaabwe era jjukira bazimba church, bazimbako ku malwaliro amatono ge balina okwejjanjabirwa mu kuba eno baali tebamanyiddeeyo, ensi baali tebazitegeera n'ebirala, ne tubeera mu mbeera eyo. Kyenjagala okukuleetera essaawa eno, what I want to put on the table right now is that you, me, should believe we have it all as Africans, just because they had to pinch us into the slavery, pinch us into the dynamics of changing our brains and thinking. And we started believing that we are inferior. You look at the vegetation that we have. Honestly, we have what it takes. We have the raw materials. We have seen China coming up. When we go way back, the colonization, where they colonized that, we looked at Britain colonizing, we looked at, you know, after colonizing us in our areas, after taking all what belonged to us as colonizers, they said, now, Katubaleke, let them be independent. We put up the flags as independence. Independence of Nigeria, independence of Uganda, independence of all the countries, all the African countries, independence. But did we get the independence? Did we get the independence? Let me come back for a while. Let me have a little break and then we can come back and talk about the independence, really. Did Africa get independence? Did we get independence? Do we need the independence? Let me come back. Thank you for viewing. For more content on Pan-Africanism, subscribe on our YouTube channel, TV Africa Uganda. Welcome back from the break. It's TV Africa, the right to know, and Breakfast in Africa is the program. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, TV Africa Uganda. Then subscribe. Then you can follow us on our YouTube channel. Then we have also a Facebook page. You know, you can watch us every time. We have very wonderful programs. Yes, I'm talking about the independence in Africa, really. Did Africa get independent? And do we really deserve the independence? Yes, we deserve it. Because when we look at the first invaders, the first people to make different things, were the Africans, because we're the genesis of humanity. And why do you say that we don't need independence? We really needed independence. But are we really independent? Let's look at Uganda in particular. If we still think the white man has to help us in this and that, the white man, his things are better than ours. The white man, his drugs are better than what we have as herbs. Then there are questions. We're looking at our inferiority complex covering us. That we feel, even when you go to a bank, look at an example when you move in a bank and you have a lot of money and you're in a queue, then the white man comes up in the same queue. The woman in the teller will have to call the white man, come on, come in front, may I help you? That's the hospitality, the hospitality of Africans, the hospitality of Ugandans that we have, that we feel these people are maybe superior than us, maybe having it all, yet no. Look at a restaurant. If a white man, these are examples that are real. A restaurant, someone is sitting there and you, Jingo, is sitting somewhere. They'll have to fight to serve the white man. Then they'll serve you last. But you're paying the same amount of money. Because we have that thing, that inferiority complex, that we feel we're not worthy. Look at a scenario right now that we feel education, someone who is not educated, is nothing. Someone who has not gone to school is nothing. But going to school from primary to university and all that, and you fail to get a job, and what you've studied is not practical, and someone that side of the US, those colonial countries, they look at someone, they spot someone, and this person can do this. They groom this person in what they feel they can do, and they don't get that education. But for you, you're fixed to education. After some good years, after 40 years, that's when you're thinking of working, of looking, of nurturing your talent, of nurturing your. Secondly, when you look at the herbs, the drugs, look at the coronavirus thing that is happening. We still think we're waiting for drugs from the US, the UI, the European countries, will give us the drugs. They have the best drugs. But at least the corona has tried to put people in their places, countries in their places, that they realized they didn't have it all to treat corona. And when you come to the basket of Africa, the food basket of Africa, the pearl of Africa, Uganda, the numbers are not scary because of what we feed on, because of how we do it. But again, we still feel the drugs have to come from the US. The drugs have to come from that can treat us. Is it right? Can't we make our own drugs? Can't we empower people? Can't we facilitate people who can, because we have the drugs, we have our herbs. People have used herbs and have managed corona. Why should we stay thinking that these people are the ones to give us what it takes? But is it right? When you went for seeds, for the GMO, they pushed the GMO to us, to African countries, and said we should add on our yields and all that. but realizing that GMO wasn't good, realizing that GMO was cancer, realizing that GMO was just for depopulation, to cut the population, because it has fixed diseases, a lot of diseases in it. So, when we look at the drugs that they're bringing into us, are they real? Are they enough for humanity? Are they worthy for Africans? The question lies to you. Is TV Africa, The Right to Know and Breakfast in Africa is the program that you have to be watching. We shall have other episodes that you'll be watching on and on, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is TV Africa Uganda, and Breakfast in Africa is the program. Thank you for watching.